Well, today, as I've said before, we just went through Hurricane Ida, and well, I ran my generator for a while, so it's time to do a quick tune-up, change the oil, all that good stuff. So stick around. All right, for the first step of doing generator maintenance, you have to get a generator maintenance kit, which I got from Amazon, and let's see what all comes in it. And as I said, this generator ran great through Hurricane Ida. So what it comes with is a air filter. I think it's got a sticker to put on there so you know when the last hour, what the hour reading was. Comes with a spark plug and it looks like a Fram oil filter, but it says made in India, so industrial duty oil filter. So there you go. That's what comes in here, as well as previously when I bought the kit, it came with a little stable, but if it doesn't, I have some over on the shelf. But comes with instructions, a paper funnel to put the oil in, and a paper towel to clean up your mess. And it says, notice spark plug gap. To ensure proper operation, set the spark plug gap as per your owner's manual instructions. Okay, good idea. So, this has actually got Generac stamped on it. So evidently this is an actual Generac kit, which I find good. And it says it's Generac 73111. So there you go. That's what you get with the kit. And all right, so that's the kit I purchased for my Generac generator. It has a Briggs & Stratton motor. I think mine was manufactured in 2008. My generator, not the kit. So that's what all comes with it. I'll put a link to the exact kit that I purchased in the description below. But, depending on what yours is, you'll have to look around, but at least. All right, as you can see, Generac made it pretty simple to get to the oil filter. And of course, this has been off for, weeks. So I'm gonna take that off. And as you can tell, it's done its job. I'm gonna take that off and we'll start with that because the air filter is relatively simple to do. Well, right there is where I'm going to drain it from. But as you can see, there was a drain on the other side as well. But it's like almost in the middle of the generator. So what I think I'm going to do is maybe put this up a little bit and then tilt it just a slight towards me. And then to be filled, you just fill it up right there until it's just leaking out just a wee bit. So anyways, I'm gonna get that going. All right, so in order to get this up high enough to get my oil drain pan sort of closed, I'm gonna have to put a 2x4 under those. All right, to get it up above my oil fill pan or drain pan, I use my jack and I use some blocks from my quick jack and I put some 2x4s, and then I'll use a jack a little bit just to turn it over just a little bit to get it to drain out. So I think I got everything ready to go. So let's get cracking, Jack. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna drain this oil out. So let me pull out the drain plug. Put this back under there. So now we gotta pull the drain plug out and get it to drain. Hopefully, look at that. That thing is tight. But of course, this is why I am in the process of changing the oil, because like I said, it ran about 4 days straight before we finally shut it off. And there we go. Now draining. So there you go. First step, drain it out. And of course, as soon as I start doing this, it starts to rain. So this is the oil filter wrench I'm going to use. to get it off. It fits over the end because it's such a small one, and then we just, hopefully it doesn't drain out too much. There you go. Got her busted loose. The oil change. Might have to slide the oil pan under here a little bit farther. Of course, it started raining as soon as I was standing outside. But I took the other filter off. You saw me break it loose. Now to reinstall it, you take the new filter and you put a little oil on the seal, and also make sure that the other seal is still on there, because if it's not, you're going to get an oil leak. Just gonna happen no matter what you do. So seal's still on the old one, and gonna put this new one on the other side. All right, so this is still trickling out of there, but in the meantime, I put the new filter on, and I usually do it by hand. So I put the oil on it, and then I get it as tight as I can by hand. So, you know, you're not over tightening it, but at the same time, you know it's pretty tight. So there you go. So the new filter's in place, and I'm about to put the drain plug back in. All right, I'm gonna raise the other side up a little, just to make sure everything drains out of there with the jack. So it looks like it's pretty much done draining out of there, but we'll let it sit for a minute. Definitely slanting this way. All right, so I think I got most everything drained out of there. So now I am going to put the drain plug back in and then clean up my mess. And then we'll put some oil in this puppy. And like I said, it's got to be sitting flat for that. So I'll take it back off all my fabricated jack stands here, get it level on the ground, and then we'll fill it up till it starts to run out. But at least we'll know that it's ready for the next storm as far as the oil goes. I just don't want it to leak out. It doesn't do much good to you if it's frozen solid from lack of oil. So there we go. We got her back to where it was at, and now I will take the fill cap off. And as you can tell, there's no dipstick. It just says fill until it runs out. It says fill to overflow. That's what it says right on here. So not making it up. It's real. So let me remove my oil drain pan and get it back down on the ground, and then we'll fill it back up. All right, so got my funnel in there, and I got some Shell Rotella 1540. It's a diesel oil, but it's got all the good stuff in there that it needs for the rings and all that. So I'm going to use it on this. And as you can tell, I've used some of it already in my truck. But anyways, there we go. Let's fill this puppy up. It'll be happy. Don't have any idea how much it needs. We're going to go until it runs out. Fill to overflow is what it said. See if I put enough in there. Wipe this off. Looks like I might have to put a little bit more in, because it's not yet overflowing. Just put a little bit more. A touch will do you. And as you can tell, I made a mess on the floor too, so I'll have to put some kitty litter down. I just don't want to underfill it. And since I got to fill it to overflow, you know, I'm going to fill it till it overflows. This is 1540, so that's why it's so thick and why, but it'll work. You know, if you run 24 hours a day for a week or whatever, you probably want the best oil you can get. Yep, we're good to go. Put that in there. Let it drain out some. I'll put the plug back in, and we're done with the oil change part of the generator maintenance. Like I said, I'm gonna have to put some kitty litter down. Between the new oil and the old oil, I've made a mess. No doubt about it. All right, next item on the checklist is replacing the air filter. So this is a regular screwdriver, not a Phillips. You just take these two screws off, and then once you get the cover off, you replace the air filter and put the new one in. Take it out and put the new one in. Boom, fell out. And as you can tell, it's been in there a while. This one was made in India too, because it was the same filter. Imagine that. It's funny how that works. So, take the old one out, put the new one in, and put the cover back on. There it goes. It just fits right in there like that. And then you put the new cover on. Or the old cover back on, excuse me. And that's all there is to it, to changing your air filter on your generator. Hopefully, if you got a Generac like this one, there we go. And I'll just tighten it up without you, but that's all it takes to change an air filter. All right, so the next step is the old spark plugosaurus. One of the things is you need to get a spark plug gap tool like this so that you can check and see what the gap is between the electrodes. So what I like to do is you put it in there like that, and then you slide it till it doesn't move anymore. And I don't know if you can see that, but it's at right about 30 thousandths. So I'm gonna leave it. I'll open it a little bit. I got it probably 32 thousandths. So that's where I'm gonna leave it. So that's how you gap your spark plug. All right. The next part is putting that spark plug in. Right there where my finger is where the spark plug is. So I got to take the spark plug boot off and then take that out. And it's a 5/8 socket. And once I get that, I'm gonna have to go in there and get it out and then put it back in. So it's pretty hard to see that, but I wanted to show you that that is where the spark plug is. So I'm gonna pause it, I'm gonna pull the boot off, and then I'll show you again. You don't need these, but this is what I'm gonna use to pull that spark plug boot off. It helps the whole process. All right, so there's the spark plug. There's the spark plug boot. And as you can tell, the pliers I used are made specifically for that. They grab it and they're not gonna cut that plastic, and it helps pull them off really well, and you don't have to worry about damaging the spark plug boot. So I'm gonna take that out with my 5/8 socket, if I can figure out where I put it, and then I'll put the new one back in. All right, there's the plug out. And it's the exact same one I'm putting back in. So it's out of there. And now I just gotta, and like I said, it's a 5/8. I use a 5/8 spark plug socket because it's got a magnet in there. Helps hold the spark plug when you put the new one in. So there you go. Looks like it was fine, but I got it. I might as well replace it. So there you go. All right, it's all back in there. So we just did an oil change, filter change, and a plug change. And you can definitely do this at home. All right, so there you go. Shows you that you can quickly and easily change or do your own maintenance on your generator. Oil change, plug change, filter change. Bam, it was done. So just, I'll put a link to the kit below, and the spark plug pliers and the gapper for the spark plug. So, and if you have any questions, put them down in the description or the comments, down below. So as always, I greatly appreciate everybody's support. Please like, please share, please subscribe. I know you'll do what's best for you. So thank you very much and have a great day.